guys, welcome to another video. Today, as you can see, the car's apart, the turbo setup's off, and I thought it'd be a really awesome opportunity to show you guys out there who want to boost your cars how to turbo your M50 E36s, and this basically applies to all M50, M52 engines across the range, and also pretty much even your 4-cylinder. It's still the same concept, obviously different engines. So and this also works for right hand drive because my car's right hand drive, so kind of going through and explaining what you'll need to turbo your E36. Alright, let's get started. So obviously we'll go through the things that you'll need. So the obvious one is the turbocharger, and then of course you'll need something to mount that turbocharger to the engine. So turbo manifold. I'm running a $100 Alibaba cast iron turbo manifold. This thing works great. It's made to be low mounted, so down there on a left hand drive engine, but I've flipped it up so that it's top mounted, but of course you can't really fit a turbo here because of the strut tower in the engine. So with that, I made a wee link pipe. It's literally just a pipe that joins up, so it's got a T3 flange on it, just goes on top here as like so, bolts here, and then it comes around and the turbo bolts up under here, and it bolts up under here just like this. As it sits with this Garrett GT3076, we're running about 10 pound, and we're making I think we're making about 230 kilowatt, which is pretty awesome power for a turbo M52. This is a junkyard motor. We've just done head gasket and studs on it. Now a lot of this is obviously going to be more expensive if you don't know how to fabricate stuff yourself. I didn't know how. I went and bought a $130 gasless MIG welder. I made all this myself and kind of taught myself how to do it. Obviously if you can do a lot of the fabrication yourself, it's a lot cheaper. Damon, how much would it cost if you were going to get someone else to do it?
If you didn't want cooler piping or like, we could do it with manifold, pretty basic manifold and dump pipe linked into your current exhaust for like $1,500.
Yeah, and that's literally just getting the turbo mounted to your engine.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if really it's a lot more expensive if you don't know how to do this stuff yourself. So that's why I kind of taught myself. I wanted to learn anyway. So we got the manifold, link pipe, turbo. Of course you need a dump pipe. Please don't look too closely at mine because it's not amazing, but it works. It runs underneath the manifold past the steering column. Fits quite snug. I think mine's a 2.5 inch. I couldn't fit 3 inch in. I probably could have, but my fabrication skills are not good enough to try. And then obviously once you've got the turbo mounted, you need to support the boost that's going into your engine with fuel. Now there are two ways I guess you could do this. You can do it the old school way. It's not really recommended by anyone. I did it for a couple of my previous engines, and that's just running a fuel pressure regulator on the return line of your fuel rail.
Boost reference one.
Yeah, a boost reference. Yeah, so it's a boost reference one, and basically what that does is it forces your injectors to push more fuel into the engine by closing basically the return line and building up fuel pressure basically. So you want a rising rate fuel pressure rig. Now people obviously don't recommend this, but funnily enough, in the old days, before they had ECUs and everything, that's what they did.
Yeah.
They
preferably if you get your hands on just a portable air fuel ratio gauge.
Yeah, you need the gauge.
Borrow someone's or buy one, okay. It's worth the investment if you're doing it that way, because then at least you know if you're not getting enough fuel.
And you can
wind the boost fuel pressure up, or if you're getting too much fuel, it actually causes less power.
So you got to pull it back a little bit. I used to run I had an M50 B20 turbo. You can see in my other videos. I ran it super rich because I wanted to be safe, and I could not blow that thing up. You know, turbo. It was a lot of fun. I had RB25 turbo on it from a Nissan, and that thing just went awesome. It was good fun. So it definitely can be done, kind of simply and cheaply, if that's the way you want to go. Of course, you'll always end up kind of spending the money at some point. So for me, I did it cheap, and then I kind of kept swapping things over to the point where I ended up buying a standalone ECU, getting a dyno tune, getting all the right stuff. So yeah, so you can do it the fuel pressure regulator way, or you can do what I've done now, and that's getting an aftermarket standalone ECU. So I'm running a KDFI plug and play Mega Squirt ECU, and they're freaking awesome. Literally no wiring needed. Plug it in, run a boost line to the map sensor. That deletes your airflow meter as well, which is freaking awesome because the airflow meters are yuck. And then you just go get it tuned from a tuner. There's plenty of settings in them. They're very simple ECU, but they still do quite a lot, more than enough for what you'll need, especially if you're drifting. And then of course I'm running injectors, and then you've got your intercooler and intercooler piping. So you buy an eBay set.
You just buy an eBay kit.
So what are they, 250?
Yeah, I reckon 250 bucks.
And then last but not least, you definitely need to buy a wideband, so we're going to put that price in there because we recommend that everyone get a wideband gauge. Literally, widebands can be had for $200 these days. So even if you were doing it as cheap as you could possibly do it, and you got to include probably the fuel, the oil send for your turbo. So when you're doing the oil lines, you just get it off the back of the oil sender. Yeah, on the oil sender.
Where the standard oil light sensor would be.
Yep, you just tee it in. You put a little T down here, tee it in. You run your oil send line, and then you've got to do an oil return as well into the sump. So all of that, I reckon you will be, if you're doing things as cheaply as possible, add the ECU and the dyno tune cost on. The ECU, these KDFIs are about 800 landed. That ECU and the dyno tune is going to get you the maximum power out of your car, and you're going to know when you turn that key every single day that everything's going to be the same, and it's just going to run perfectly, right? So add add 800 bucks for the ECU and about $900 for a good dyno tune. Let's say $3.5 grand, and that's not with one of these amazing turbo manifolds. That's literally with this kind of cheap setup, which works. You're gonna have, for me, 230 kilowatt. What's that horsepower? 300 horsepower?
Around 300 horsepower.
Yeah, a little bit over 300 horsepower.
So that's double your NA car.
Yep, about 3.5 grand. So.
And considering that to buy a good right-hand drive manifold is 2.5 grand.
Yeah, for a real manifold that you're gonna
like off the shelf.
Yeah, it always builds up. There's always something, and I just recommend doing it properly. And that's not we haven't even included the fact that you should probably put a head gasket and studs in your engine just to be happy and sure that your engine is gonna last with boost in it, because most of you guys out there, I'm sure, have 20-year-old engines with probably the stock head gasket in it. 280,000
Ks.
Yeah, and then you go ahead and put boost up it like I do because I'm stupid. That's pretty much it in terms of turbo in your car. I highly recommend it. I think you should go out and do it. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask questions in the comments below. There might be things that we've missed. Yeah, we're always happy to give you guys information if you need it. 4-cylinder guys, same thing applies. You've just got 2 less cylinders, but everything else is the same. Look at the turbo. It just looks so cool on these engines, so you know, do it. Turbo your engine. Just savour the pennies before you do it. Thank you for watching, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram @itsmikellake, @damon.com.au, and we're gonna be we've got so many new videos coming out for you guys. So thanks for watching. Peace.